Carsten Olsen! Carsten Olsen, the Prince of Denmark, the other purple one. Carsten has a 250 subscribers thread contest thing going. Carsten pitched out some really cool questions, and I wanted to answer them, not only because I really dig Carsten, and Carsten, I dig your channel. Just over the last year or so, I would say, catching Carsten's videos has become just part of my regular YouTube watching. It's almost impossible to keep up with every channel, but when I see things come into the feed and I see something from Carsten, I make definitely an effort to make sure I catch it. They're just great videos. I mean, his setup, his knowledge, the stuff he picks up, the way he talks about it, just the whole setup, the environment, I just dig it. It's awesome. So Carsten, cheers to you and to your 250 subscribers. I'm more just bound to come. You'll just be doing 500, 750, and 1,000 before you know it. Super humble, great personality, and just tons of knowledge about music. Carsten, it's always a pleasure to watch you. That was the first reason I decided to do this. Because let's face it, to do a response, you gotta pull some stuff out and put some stuff away. What else led me to do it was an opportunity to play Motley Crue's new Tattoo on camera. I would have played that anyways, regardless. But, because Carsten, you got me to pull some stuff out that I don't usually. I know I'm always showing rock and metal and country, but there's definitely a pretty decent R&B, soul part of the collection too. I don't pull it out very often, but it comes from what I was raised on. Carsten, you're a huge Prince fan, and, you know, alright, let's just get to the questions, and I have them written down over here. So how do you feel about Prince? I was born in the mid-70s, so growing up in the 80s, the guy was inescapable. I watched TV. I listened to the radio. You could not get away from Prince. I had babysitters that would bring over, in the mid-80s, 84, 85, they'd bring over a videotape, and I got to watch movies that I probably shouldn't watch, and smoke cigarettes I shouldn't smoke. But, hey, that's what it was like. Total lack of supervision. So, you know, they would bring over Purple Rain or Rob Lowe's Youngblood, and then I would watch those things and shouldn't have been. So, I digress. How do I feel about Prince? I feel like in the 80s, the Prince I knew and grew up with, he was pop rock. It was alright. It wasn't bad stuff. I feel like he kind of went off the deep end artistically when he did that thing on his face and wrote stuff on his guitar and then put his own albums out. It got too much. It got too much. And I couldn't follow it. And it never reeled back. So that leaves me with my Prince collection. That's the next thing you wanted to see. I don't have a lot. I kind of just grab it when I see it if it's a good price, but if I see a $20 Prince album, I probably won't grab it, just because I won't listen to it. But what do I have? What's turned up over the years? Here is Prince. This is from 1979. This has songs like I Want to Be Your Lover, which is a cool song. I've always liked that one. What else is on here? Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad. Not a bad song. So that's the first Prince album that I have. I haven't picked up a Prince album in, 3 years? 2-3 years? Here's the one that everybody knows, 1999. I gotta say, as an album, I don't think it's that awesome. I think as some singles, it's pretty good. I can remember walking from elementary school to the library, again, complete lack of supervision. I thought this was a gatefold, and grabbing this from the library because I wanted to hear 1999. So there it is. It has custom labels. I have no idea if a gatefold issue of this is out. This is a 2 LP set. When it turned up a long time ago, reasonably priced, probably $3 or $4. I was happy to have a nice copy. Definitely a good album. Here's Carsten's favorite. This is Purple Rain, the soundtrack. Again, growing up in the 80s, absolutely inescapable. I have a single from that. Here's When Doves Cry. I haven't listened to this in ages. The B-side is 17 Days, The Rain Will Come Down. Then you will have to choose. If you believe, look to the dawn and you shall never lose. That's the name of the song. No kidding. Okay, so there's kind of your first inkling that Prince has got some stuff going on. Just Warner Brothers label. Let's see, here's the next one. This is Around the World in 80 Days. This has one of my favorite Prince tracks on it, which is Raspberry Beret. The record is behind because the cover opens really weird. It's perforated and real prone to ripping. So that was, now Prince became the movie star, and there was always a new Prince movie coming out, like Parade. So this is Prince and the Revolution. Parade. Christopher Tracy's Parade off this is actually a really good track. Here's another single for The Look. I don't even know what would have caused me to grab these other than a decent price. It has a custom label on it and probably plenty of lint or dust. I haven't listened to that forever. This is another one that for a while anyways, I know, really didn't show up often. It was really hard to find. This is Sign of the Times. Not a bad album at all. Not at all. Starfish and Coffee, I remember liking that song a lot. Just kind of a funky, cool little thing. Sign of the Times isn't a bad song. Pretty cool. There's a couple more, one more here, and this is a 2 LP single for The Greatest Romance Ever Sold. This is From Raven to the Joy Fantastic. I remember this coming out, and it was one of the newer CD cases with like the weird spine on it and the cardboard front. This is a 2 LP set as well, and I believe it has 8 versions of this song, which is just far too much for me. That's my Prince collection on vinyl. I have a few CDs running around here. I don't have anything on cassette. Top 3 Prince albums would have been the 3, I'm just going to say Around the World in 80 Days probably would be one of them. If I had 3 favorite Prince albums, meaning I was going to go listen to them, it would be Around the World in 80 Days, Parade, and probably Sign of the Times. It's consistently a decent album. It's just not my wheelhouse. It's not what I listen to most often. But I can't take the guy's creative genius away from him. He's just over, I mean, the amount of output the guy puts out is just over the top. Let's see. 3 Danish artists you like. Let's see. The first one I have to absolutely shock everybody. Let's just go with King Diamond, okay? So here's Abigail. King Diamond's run is just legendary. I won't cheat and use Merciful Fate as another one. But King Diamond, Carsten, and all of Copenhagen, thank you for King Diamond. Now, next, and I'm combining this with your other question, name 3 albums you like by Danish artists. These are all 3 albums I like by Danish artists. Second, Carsten, thank you again for introducing me to Disneyland After Dark. I slept night on Disneyland After Dark forever. Carsten showed him, he talked about him, and I mean, I got no fuel left for the Pilgrims immediately. I love this. Just like The Cult. I just recently did an 80s rock video. Fantastic 80s rock album. I have one other. I have this and one other on cassette. I'm kind of looking at the cassette wall. I can't see it or think of the name right now. Whatever. But this is the only one I have on vinyl so far. Insanely good album. Haunting guitars, just great. Great rock album. Third is a kind of an unknown band. This is Artillery. This is thrash metal from 1990. This is on Roadrunner. It's just, this is a great 1990, early 90s thrash metal album. I think this was their 3rd. They had been around since the early to mid 80s. I don't think they did much after this. For me, what sets Artillery apart from other thrash metal bands is a lot of melody. Lots of melody in this album. If you like Metallica, I think you'd love Artillery. They definitely kind of take Metallica to a more thrashy level. I know a lot of people will claim Master of Puppets is a thrash metal album. It really is not. And that's from somebody that lived through it, loved it, bought it the day it came out. It's a great heavy metal album, but it's not a thrash metal album. Rain and Blood is a thrash metal album. Master of Puppets is not. Anyways, I digress again. Artillery's by Inheritance. So let's see. I think that was all your questions. And if it's not, disqualify me. But Carsten, congratulations. Thanks for launching a cool contest. Everyone, thanks for watching. And use the link below to go check out Carsten's channel and get subscribed. Later to y'all. And the Prince of Denmark, I salute you, sir. Later.